What's up, guys? Shredder Guitar, and this is a preamp Dogfight. So what we got here is the AMT Legend Amps 2 E2, which is the angle Powerball in the pedal, and the Randall RG OD, which is a step up from the RG13 in my honest opinion. So the RGOD has the 3 channels except the clean channel with the bright on the RG13. So gain 1 is red and gain 2 is the blue, and there's a lot more volume and a lot more gain, or probably more volume than channel 1. So if I click the bypass, the green light will show. If I clicked again, that will be turning on the pedal. So sturdy housing, and it can be operable on 9 to 15 volts on any power supply. The AMT has also metal housing as well, and can be operable from 9 to 12 volts. So I use those at maximum headroom, and we can head on over to the pedal board for more discussion. You're going to hear these 2 preamp pedals via the 2 Norths Torpedo Live with the Angle Vintage 30 IR, which is mic'd in a Fredman style. So it's 2 SM57s, one on axis and the other 45 degrees apart. So I'm going to be using the Randall RG OD with its power supply, which is 15 volts. And then next will be the E2. So this is the RGOD on 15 volts. And you're going to hear it drive first. And then you're going to hear with the Seymour Duncan 805. And then the Randall Face Punch. And then both of them will be combined together. So this is the green light that I was talking about earlier. Alright, this is the red channel. The bass boost is off, the mid boost and tone stack shift are on. Notice that a medium volume bump as I switch it over to the blue channel. So alright, so we're gonna try with the Seymour Duncan 805. So bass is at noon, mids and trebles are already cranked, and it's on 9 volts. This is the red channel with the 805. The Randall Face Punch is already engaged and is on 18 volts for a little bit of headroom. So this is the blue channel once more. I mean red channel. I'm on the red channel. Alright, so this is the blue channel. Alright, so that's already the EQ at unity. So mids, treble, and presence. Sorry, set back to what it was. So now I'm going to turn on the 805 with the face bunch on. So this is what it sounds like. Alright, so here's the blue channel. Alright, so notably, there is a volume difference rather than gain, because in the manual it says that channel 2, being the blue channel, has more gain available. So that would be true, but I only see a volume notice. Like, it's notably different. Like if I switched back to the red, it's, but it's whatever. So I'm still experimenting with this pedal, and I'm currently using this on the record. So I'm gonna move on over to the E2. So this is the E2, and it's going through the same signal chain. So here's everything at unity. Gain is at noon. The volume is at 3 o'clock on the overdrive level. Alright, so I'm gonna increase the highs and the mids and lower the bass a little bit. Alright, so these are the usual settings that I have it at, and I used it at a show, and it was able to keep up with the drummer, especially with the power amp, and I used the preamp output. So, and this is with the Seymour Duncan 805 on. The clean boost is on as well. So, AMT was able to capture that tubey feeling of the preamps for the Legendam series, Mark 1 and Mark 2. And I'm actually really happy that AMT added the clean boost to the Mark 2 series of the Legendams, so that I would be able to have like a buffered signal. Because this is what it sounds like if I press up the clean boost. So I'm putting back the clean boost on, and you should notice a little big volume hump, maybe. Up, down. So that's actually one of the best qualities of the E2 that I like, and I would definitely use it to track solos, or probably use it for a portable rig. So this is with the Randall face punch on. The 805 is off. Face punch still has the same voltage as I used for the RGOD. Right, so face punch settings are approximately at noon, and I have the EQ at my usual taste, and the gain is at noon. So I'm gonna crank the gain, and this is what it sounds like. Alright, so I'm gonna turn back the gain to noon. I'm gonna turn the 805 on and the face punch, and this is what it sounds like. Alright. There's actually a really, really big difference between the E2 and the RGOD. So I'm going to put them back up so that I will show. In conclusion to this pedal dogfight between the E2 by AMT and the RGOD by Randall, there's a lot of pros and cons that I would like to list, but basically speaking, I would use the RGOD not with a torpedo live with that much gain, because it would hurt my ears a lot. The E2 I was able to get really good tone out of, especially with the basic EQ, the clean boost, and the options to run it, you know, like if I want to drive a combo amp or in front of the amp, I would use the drive out. If I want to use it as a preamp, I would use the preamp. I usually use the preamp output of the E2 so that I can use the clean boost, because if I put it on the drive out, the clean boost button would be rendered obsolete. So I like to get the best out of the features, and usually I never have the mid boost on when using a power amp, but I have the tone stack shift on. So if I use the torpedo live, I would depress the mid boost switch, and I would not want to keep the bass boost on. So in the end, I don't want to pick any favorites, but if I would go for anything that has this tube amp feel that I would chase after, like in case my amp breaks down, in case I would like to take a portable rig with me, I would most definitely go with the AMT E2 for compatibility with the Torpedo Live, and the RGOD I would use not with the Torpedo Live, but I would definitely use with a power amp like the Cray Powerbox. Like, I feel the RGOD would sound really, really good with like a power amp and a live cabinet rather than the cab impulse response, but I would still like to do some experimenting with. So comment down below, which pedal do you think is the winner? I await your response. I'm Shred the Guitar, and I'm signing off.